So we got the new trigger quest. This is against Gryphon, right? It's called Ruine Gryphon Suppression Op. So this did come out. Remember, I was a little interested into how this would go and how this would be, if this would be having anything good in it. So let's kind of discuss that, and I'll kind of just come out the gate and say, nah, but there's reasoning behind it, and there's some good behind it as well. And be sure to like and subscribe. So, Ruin Gryphon Suppression Op is a trigger quest. You get the triggers from the current LTQ, which is the Unidentified Region A64, which we're not going to really cover on that. That's pretty much this, just a bunch of mobs. You kill them, you collect points to try to get the high score by killing the mobs. Very straightforward with that one. Very straightforward. But you can get 1 to 3 triggers in there. You can also get these triggers for the Ruin Gryphon trigger quests from the Alliance task NPC. So in Alio, that's Tim, right? Or I think he's Tim everywhere. He's Tim everywhere. So Tim, the Alliance task NPC, you can also exchange Alliance badges for these triggers as well. Once you go into the fight, you probably are familiar with the Ruin Gryphon because he was in that the previous LTQ. But for this one, it's just the fight. You go in, you're just fighting Ruin Gryphon, and quite frankly, it's fairly simple. You can solo it. That gives you a lot of time to do it anyway. But you can solo it or you can run it as a group of 4. Either way works. You know, it's always better to run it as a group of 4 anyway because it's just more enjoyable that way. But you're going to go through it fairly quickly. So what are the drops on this thing? The drops aren't really anything to write home about. They're pretty much LC capsules. Of course, wing guards are in here as well. There's endemios and things of that sort, you know, materials and customization discs. But in a preset and like preset ability level ones. But there is one thing in here that does give it some interest. That is that it drops master fragments. So, yes, master fragments. Master fragments are the ones that you need to make in master cubes. You need 10 master fragments to make it in master cube. So the thing about this is that it drops 1, I believe. I never saw it drop more than 1. But the drop rate didn't seem that bad. And, you know, we were using 100% booster. And pretty much, you know, we got one. I was seeing, I would say you're probably going to get one at least once every 5 or 6 runs, I would probably say. Something around there. Now, that's, of course, going to vary. I saw my first one, I think, on the 3rd attempt. And someone else who I was running with got one as well. During the runs that we did, we just did 10. So, something like that. So you're going to see them, but let me kind of fast forward here because the reason why this is significant is because we do have premium PSO2 Infinite Day coming up. Remember at the start of the month, we had 7 days of 200% RDR and 200% preset skill. We're getting that same thing for premium. Premium users are getting us 7 days as well. Another 7 days of this boost. So because of that, this becomes actually fairly valuable if you still need in Master Cubes to level your add-on skills. Because that boost, if we were getting, you know, if the drop rate was reasonable with just a 100% booster, imagine how these things will be dropping when you add on a 200 on top of that. So during the 7-day stretch of Premium PSO2 Day, if you still need in Master Cubes to level your add-on skills, you haven't gotten the subsets that you want or whatnot, then this would be a good method, of course, assuming that, you know, you have the triggers to do so. Remember, the triggers drop from the LTQ, and they can be purchased once a week from Tim. So, of course, the supply, there might be an issue with the supply. Unless you're running the LTQs, you get, you know, anywhere from, 1 to 3 per LTQ. And you probably need seasonal points anyway, clear off the shop, whatever. You know, so it's perfectly fine. But that's kind of where my viewpoint is at on that. So outside of premium PSO2 Day with the 200%, not really much there. There's also a title for this. We're hoping it was a bit more, but it does stop at 10. There's 3 titles, I believe. It was like first time and then maybe like 3 times or 5 times. And then there's a 10 one. They give augment vouchers, augment pass vouchers, augment transfer pass vouchers. After that, there's nothing. There's no 30, nothing like that. So realistically speaking, I don't see too much point in really running it outside of that 7-day stretch of PSO2 Premium Infinite Day. That's the strongest reason when to run it, and also because the fight doesn't take any time at all. It's like 5 minutes or something like that, if even that. So that'll be a great way if you have not gotten all your add-on skills yet, then to take advantage of that during Premium PSO2 Day. So that'll be my input on this. Be sure to like and subscribe. Let me know what y'all think down in the comments below, and I will see y'all in the next one. Spike content.